Hey book besties, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing my favorite video of every month. It is almost June. June is upon us. Can you believe it? Summer is here, and with it, we have a whole new month of TBR picks. So for the month of June, I am doing what I did last month, which is blindly choosing my TBR. I've wrapped up all the physical books on my TBR, minus a few, but this is most of them here. I will be choosing 7 picks for the month of June. I've been averaging about 7 books a month, so we will be choosing 7, and I have the numbers 1 through 24 in this mug, and we will just be choosing from those. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here so that you don't miss an upload and you can be a part of our little book bestie fam. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. So number 1, there's a hair hanging. Oh my gosh, that was definitely attached to my head. Okay, we're not off to a good start. All right. We got number 20. So pull out number 20 here. I have no idea what these books are. Okay, so for number 20, we have Ellen Hildebrand, The 5-Star Weekend. I really wish I would have taken this sticker off. I'm gonna work on it now because it's bothering me. But Ellen Hildebrand, she writes a lot of like summer novels that usually I think kind of have like an aspect of thriller or like a mystery or something like that. And I've never read anything by her before, but I'm going to the beach this week. That's why I am filming this video a little bit early. And this is going to be the perfect book to take with me to the beach. I cannot get this sticker off, you guys, and I have no patience, so we'll work on it later. But we have The 5-Star Weekend. 5 Friends, 5 Secrets, a vacation that will... Like, I literally can't even see because the sticker's there. That's so annoying. Hollis Shaw's life seems picture perfect. She's the creator of a popular food blog and is married to a dreamy heart surgeon. But after Hollis and her husband get into an argument one snowy morning, he leaves for the airport and is killed in a car accident. The cracks in Hollis's perfect life, her strained marriage, and her complicated relationship with her daughter grow deeper. So when Hollis hears about something called a 5-Star Weekend, a woman summons together her best friends, one from each phase of her life. Her teenage years, her 20s, her 30s, and midlife. She decides to host her own 5-Star Weekend. The gathering turns out not to be a joyful Hallmark movie. And then the second part here just goes into the drama. It just looks like there's some sketchy shit going on at the 5-Star Weekend and a lot of secrets to be revealed. So that is book number 1. Get right into book number 2. Try to pick out a good one. Okay, so for book number 2, we pulled number 10. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, the rules are at the very end I can choose to pick an additional book and swap it out if I don't like one of the books I picked, but I can only do that one time, and whatever I unwrap as the alternate I have to keep. So number 10 is book number 2. This is so fun because I wrapped these now like a couple months ago, so I have no idea what these are. I feel like I'm shopping at the bookstore right now. I'm really excited. Okay, so for book number 2, I picked Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Infernal Devices series. and this is a Shadow Hunters novel. Now, the only thing, you guys, if you have read Cassandra Clare, someone please tell me. Jackie definitely knows the answer to this, but I saw somewhere recently, this is the prequel. I believe this is like the prequel trilogy to the main big like the Mortal Instruments. But even though it's a prequel series, I saw someone saying the other day on a video that you should read the Mortal Instruments before you would read the prequel series. And that confuses me. Like, why would I not start with this? So somebody better tell me real quick before I dive into this, because I am so excited to read this book. I know that Haley Jean, I love her. She read this book and loved it, and some of my other friends here on YouTube love this series. So somebody please tell me, but I'll just read the back. It says, when Tessa Gray crosses the ocean to find her brother in Victorian England, something terrifying is waiting for her in London's downworld. Kidnapped by the mysterious Dark Sisters, who are members of a secret organization called the Pandemonium Club, Tessa soon learns that she has power to transform into another person. The Magister, the shadowy figure who runs the club, will stop at nothing to claim Tessa's power for his own. Friendless and hunted, Tessa takes refuge with the Shadow Hunters, warriors dedicated to ridding the world of demons. She soon finds herself fascinated by and torn between two best friends, James and Will. As Tessa is drawn deep into a plot that threatens to destroy the Shadow Hunters, she realizes that she may need to choose between saving her brother and helping her new friends save the world, and that love may be the most dangerous magic of all. So this is Clockwork Angel. When was this published? Because I just feel like these covers are giving like early 2000s. 2010. Okay. Like, how fun is that? And then when you see the trilogy side by side with these spines, you guys, they're stunning. These are stunning. And I found this book used. Oh, I'm just so excited. But someone please let me if I need to hold off and switch this with something else. Like if I would need to read Mortal Instruments first. I just don't know if I'm ready to dive into a series as large as Mortal Instruments. I feel much better about starting with a trilogy. So somebody please let me know if you know, because I do not. Now we're moving on to book number 3. Choose a good one here. Okay, so next we have book number 22. We keep pulling these high numbers. Okay. So I can tell that this is one of my newer books because it's written with a different color Sharpie. That's the only thing I know. So we'll see what we got here. This must be one of the ones I bought in the past couple of weeks. Yes! Okay, I'm going to the beach, so I really wanted to pull this one, but we got Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. So, you guys, this is a lit fic, and I do not typically read that genre. Look how beautiful these sprayed edges are. But this cover drew me in. I waited for the paperback to come out. It released a couple of weeks ago. And this book is being made into, I believe, a movie on Netflix. It's coming soon to Netflix. So I really want to read it. And it just sounds so fun, so summery, perfect to take to the beach. And this is what it is about. So it says, Remarkably Bright Creatures is an ultimately feel-good but deceptively sensitive debut about what it feels like to have love taken from you only to find it again in the most unexpected places, memorable and tender. That was a review. And then the little blurb on the back says, after Tova Sullivan's husband died, she began working the night shift at the Sowell Bay Aquarium, mopping floors and tidying up. Keeping busy has always helped her cope, which she's been doing since her 18-year-old son mysteriously vanished on a boat in Puget Sound over 30 years ago. Tova becomes acquainted with curmudgeonly Marcellus, a brilliant giant Pacific octopus living at the aquarium. Marcellus wouldn't dream of lifting one of his 8 arms for his human captors until he forms a friendship with Tova. Ever the detective, Marcellus deduces what happened the night Tova's son disappeared. And now Marcellus must use every trick his old invertebrate body can muster to unearth the truth for her before it's too late. Shelby Van Pelt's debut novel is a gentle reminder that sometimes taking a hard look at the past can help uncover a future that once felt impossible. I just think this looks so good. So we have a good stack going here so far. We've got, these are the 3 books so far that we've chosen. Go on to number 4 here. I know you guys just want to see what I get, so I'm not trying to drone on and on and on about each book. I don't like that when I'm watching these videos. I'll skip ahead constantly. Okay, this time we got 17 for book number 4. For number 17, you guys, the TBR, it's so good this month. Oh my gosh. We got Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I've wanted to read this for such a long time. I've heard such amazing things about this. I bought all these books because I want to read them, so I don't know why I'm acting surprised. But this especially, I want to read this so bad. So essentially, this is a romance. It does have a pregnancy trope, I believe. Yeah, it has a pregnancy trope. It has disability representation. And essentially, I'll just read the back. It says, Winifred Wynne McNulty has always been wildly independent and not one to be coddled for her limb difference. Wynne has spent most of her life trying to prove that she can do it all on her own. With some minor adjustments, she has done just fine. Hooking up at a costume party with the incredibly charming Beau changes everything. Wynne finds herself pregnant and decides to keep the baby. While Beau is surprisingly elated to step up to the plate, Wynne is unsure whether she can handle this new challenge. Together, Wynne and Beau decide to get to know each other as friends and nothing more while they embark on this parenting journey together. But as they should know by now, life rarely goes according to plan. And I believe I've heard that the author that wrote this has the same limb difference as Wynne. And it looks like the MMC also is like an amputee. So I've heard such amazing things. I've never read anything by this author. So you guys let me know if you've read this and what you thought. That was book number 4. So we have 3 more left to choose. 3 more left. Okay. Next up, what is that? Is that a 5? I think that's a 5. Why did I write it like that? We're gonna go with 5. Alright, so book number 5. I really went crazy with the tape on this one. Open. Okay, all right. So we picked Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is a fantasy series, I guess like a romantasy series. I can't remember if this is YA or adult. Maybe it's YA. She also wrote the Caraval series, which I know is YA, but I can't remember if this is or not. But this is a romantasy series. I didn't really want to start any more romantasy series, especially since we pulled Clockwork Angel. What do we do? I'm gonna think about it at the end. But Once Upon a Broken Heart, I've heard people either love or hate this, but I think I've heard way more positive than negative about this series. This is not my favorite cover. Like, I like the one that's really pinky, but this is the one that I saw when I was going to buy it. So I have really no clue what this is about, like, at all. But it says, how far would you go for happily ever after? Evangeline Fox has always believed in true love and happy endings until she learns that the love of her life will marry another. Desperate to stop the wedding, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic, immortal Prince of Hearts, but she soon discovers that bargaining with the Prince of Hearts is a dangerous game. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or the most exquisite tragedy. And that's all it really tells you. So I do want to read this, but I don't know that I can commit to starting 2 fantasy series in the same month. So we're gonna pick the last 2 books and then we'll decide like if we need to do a switch out. 3, yeah, because we have 2 more. That was 5. So hold that thought. We're going to do the last 2 and then we will decide. Okay. So for the 6th book, we have number 15. Okay. I always get scared I'm going to pull 14 because look at this craziness. But we got 15. So this is one of my newer purchases because it's with the dark purple. I feel like I know what this is, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's not what I thought it was going to be. Okay, but I'm actually happy that I pulled this. Okay, so we pulled Nightbane by Alex Astor. This is the 2nd book in the Lightlark series. I read Lightlark last month and I absolutely loved it. I was hoping I would get to this book in May, but I wasn't able to. I really was trying to stick to my TBR that I had chosen like on my last video, and so I did not pick this up and I decided to wrap it and leave it to the fate of the TBR jar. And fate did its thing and here we are. So I will be able to continue with the Lightlark series. I loved Lightlark. I think I gave it 4 stars or 4.5. I can't remember, but I really, really liked it. And I do want to continue with this series while it is fresh in my mind. So we have Nightbane, and I will not read the back because I don't want to give any spoilers for people who have not read the first book in the series, which is Lightlark. But essentially, if you've never heard of Lightlark, this is it's a YA romantasy series with a high stakes competition. Essentially, the rulers from a number of different realms get together on an island that only appears every 100 years, and they gather there to try to win the competition and break the curses that have fallen on all the realms. So if you like high stakes competitions, books that have high stakes competitions such as like The Hunger Games or The Serpent and the Wings of Night, or even like Phantasma, things like that, then I think you would like this series. And even though it's YA, I did find the romance to be kind of spicy. I mean, not like spicy, but it did have just a little bit of spice. So yeah, that is Nightbane. So that was number 6. And then for our last book, I do think since I just pulled another fantasy, we're gonna have to replace one of those fantasy books because that's just, fantasy's heavy to read, you know? Now we have book number 7. If this is another fantasy, y'all, I think it's going to be. I think I know what this is too. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Okay, so we have Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the 2nd book in the, what is this series called? I don't even know that this series has a name. The first book is Phantasma. This is Enchantra. And again, it's a high stakes competition, romantasy. Yeah, romantasy. So they're interconnected standalone. So if you did not read Phantasma or you did not like Phantasma, this follows different characters. This follows the basically the girl from Phantasma, the FMC. This is her sister's story. And I did read Phantasma. I thought it was good, but I just didn't really connect with our FMC, and I didn't really find the MMC to be like the book boyfriend of my dreams. He was like a phantom type of guy, and this has a tattooed shadow daddy. And you guys know Zayden Ryerson is my #1 book boyfriend, so we love a man who wields shadows. So enough said about that. But if you would like to know what this is about, it says, welcome to Enchantra. There's only one rule: never ever trust your heart. When Genevieve Grimm's mother dies, she's left with questions no one can answer until she receives an invitation to Enchantra, a cursed palace in Italy frozen in time. Though denied entrance by the sinfully handsome yet hostile Rowan Silver, Genevieve finds her own way in and soon realizes her mistake. For Enchantra is a twisted labyrinth where Rowan and his 6 siblings are trapped in a deadly game at the mercy of a twisted devil and his ghastly spectators. Only one occupant of the house can survive. Genevieve now must win or die. Rowan warns her he's the deadliest of the Silvers, that he always wins, that her only chance is to compete as his wife, so they must convince their audience they are desperately in love. And while Genevieve's willing to do whatever it takes to survive, she also knows she cannot trust Rowan, that the desire burning between them is a lie. After all, it was Rowan who taught her Enchantra's first rule: never ever trust your heart. And like, is the cover not stunning? Like, I think these are meant to be grapes or something, but they remind me of those little, like, popping bobas. Yeah, I love this cover. So, I don't know, y'all. We have 4 fantasy books now. So, I do think I want to try to switch one of these out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to switch out Clockwork Angel only because I fear that I'm not supposed to start with the prequel series. I fear that you guys are going to come in the comments and tell me I should read Mortal Instruments first, even though this is the prequel. So this is the one we're going to change out. And if I get another fantasy, like FML, I don't know, I better get started early. I want just like a romance. Okay. Okay. We almost got 14 again. We got number 16. Number 16. I feel like people are going to start watching these blindly choosing my TBRs just to see if I pick number 14 every month. Because I think I might pass out on the spot if I do. And I've started to not hear good things about this book, so I should just remove it from the cart, but that wouldn't be playing nicely. Okay, I feel like I manifested this. We got the perfect pick here. So we got just like a fluffy romance, a standalone. This is Dream Girl Drama by Tessa Bailey, and it is a hockey romance, my favorite. It has the cutie sprayed edges with the paw prints, and this is just going to be such a palette cleanser after reading fantasy and some of these other heavier books on the TBR. So, the blurb says, a steamy chance encounter between a professional hockey player and the manic pixie dream girl he just can't seem to forget takes a turn when the pair realize that their parents are engaged, in an all-new rom-com by #1 New York Times bestselling author Tessa Bailey. When professional hockey player Sig Gauthier's car breaks down and his phone dies, he treks into a posh private country club to call a tow truck. There he encounters the alluring Chloe Clifford, the manic pixie dream girl who captivates him immediately with her sense of adventure and penchant for stealing champagne. Sparks fly during a moonlight kiss, and the enamored pair can't wait to see each other again. But when Sig finally arrives to meet his dad's new girlfriend over dinner, Chloe is confusingly also there. Turns out the girlfriend is Chloe's mother. Oh, and they're engaged. Sig's dream girl is his future stepsister. Though the pair is now wary of being involved romantically, Chloe, a sheltered heart prodigy, yearns to escape her controlling mother. Sig promises to teach her the ins and outs of independence in Boston, but not inside his bedroom. They both know there can never be more than friendship between a famous hockey player and his high society, soon-to-be stepsister. But keeping their relationship platonic grows harder amid the developing family drama, especially knowing they were meant for so much more. So we are going to switch this out with Clockwork Angel. However, if you guys tell me that it's a-okay to start with this one, I might try to read it as well, if I can. Those are the 7 picks for the month. And I can't wait. I hope I'm able to read them all. I feel like every month I'm getting better at sticking to my TBR. I did really well in the month of May. There's still a few days left in May, but I will be posting that video probably before the end of the month, just because, like I said, I am going out of town, so I'm gonna try to get my May monthly wrap up, my May monthly reading wrap up filmed here soon. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and click the subscribe button if you've still watched this point and you would like to follow along on my reading journey and be one of my book besties. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.